Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 5 of the VinOChiA challenge. So I am making enchiladas this morning. Kind of. This is definitely a do-it-yourself recipe in terms of what it is you want to have in an enchilada. It's not a specific recipe of this is exactly what you need to put in here. This is just what I want to have in my enchiladas. And yeah, it's basically a vehicle for avocado sauce. So that's kind of what that is. Anyways, so I need to get a couple of things cooked so I can mix stuff into the enchiladas and get them baking in the oven. And so I need to do that cooking part first. So first things first, I have not quite half of an onion. There we go, half of an onion there. And then 1 package of enoki mushrooms that I've chopped finer than normal. Normally I chop them into thirds. These are obviously much finer than that. You don't need to put mushrooms in there in any way, shape, or form. I just happen to like them and everything, so they're going in there. So I'm going to put that in a pan and put that on the stove to get it cooking. And then I wanted to put in there, so this is Cruciferous Crunch Collection. It's got kale, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, green cabbage, and red cabbage in it from Trader Joe's. So I put it into my little bowl that I chop stuff with and chopped it up finer because I don't want big, huge chunks in an enchilada. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. And this is, like I said, very much whatever you want in there. I'm going to put those for vegetables. I'm going to put some beans in there. I'm going to put some corn in there. I'm going to put some rice in there. And it's going to have a cheese sauce on it. So this is going to be like super fabulous, but really and truly, whatever it is that your flavor preferences would be is what you put in there. So if you wanted to have it have, I don't know, jalapenos in there, put jalapenos in there. That would be awesome. That's just not something that's going to work for me. So anyways, I'm going to go get this stuff cooking on the stove, and then I will be back with you to talk about when we mix everything together and what it is I'm using for enchilada sauce, because I am actually using a store-bought enchilada sauce. And then I need to make a cheese sauce that goes over the top. So I'm going to make Dr. Furman's butternut cheese squash cheesy sauce. So we're going to do all those things, and so I'll be back with you guys in just a few minutes to move on to the next step. Alrighty guys, so my onions and my kale mixture are all nice and cooked up, and I'm just going to put some stuff in this pot and let you guys take a look at what I'm putting in here. Again, this is my idea of what I'm putting in an enchilada, not necessarily what goes in an enchilada, okay? So, this is what it looks like, all nice and still, I didn't cook the greenery for very long because it doesn't need to be cooked for very long. So there's that. It's got the onions, the mushrooms, and the greens in there. I've got a can of corn that's about half used, so I'm not 100% sure whether I'm going to want more corn or not, so I opened up another can, but I'm just going to put the half a can in there for now and see what it looks like when I get it all mixed up with the other ingredients. Yeah, that actually looks pretty good. I might want another half, but we'll see. I am going to put a full can of pinto beans. I used the goo off of these this morning to make my boys some muffins. So get that mixed in. I would totally recommend using black beans probably instead of pinto beans. However, that's what I used for goo this morning, so therefore that is what I have in the refrigerator that's open. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to put some rice in here. I don't think I want all of this rice though. Let's just put about half the rice in there. I only have 4 tortilla shells, and I do have 2 packages of enchilada sauce, but I only want to use 1, so I don't really want to make this too terribly much. But I don't know, what do you think? Looks pretty good. Actually, looks delicious. Like you could just eat this just right out of the can. Okay, so we're just gonna go with that. It's got some rice in it. It's got, apparently I didn't manage to get all of my veggies chopped up nice and fine. I don't think I need more corn than that. So, enchilada sauce. We buy a Frontera enchilada sauce. I'm getting it on me. And there's no oil in here. It does have salt. It does not have sugar. It does have some cane sugar in like one of the next last ingredients. But there is no oil. I use this to make enchilada chili on a pretty regular basis. My kids really like it. Well, the ones that can eat it really like it. My family likes it, I should say. Okay, so if this was anybody else, I would say you might want to use 2 packages of sauce because that's not a ton of sauce on there. However, the stuff is pretty flavorful to me. I don't need to have another package of sauce on here, especially seeing as I'm going to be putting the cheese sauce on the top on the outside, and I'm going to put avocado. I'm going to have avocado sauce for dunking. So I'm pretty excited about this. This is going to be really delicious. Okay, so I have brown flour tortillas, and they're just not easy to work with, like, at all. They split, they break. However, I got a wet washcloth, took a washcloth and made it wet, put this on here, put the washcloth on top of it, put it in the microwave for about 30 seconds, and that actually worked out pretty well. I think that this is gonna do okay in terms of not breaking and falling apart. So I'm gonna do that with the other ones as well. So basically what I was going to do is smush my stuff in here into a semi-flatness, and then just make it into quarters. So if I have a little bit of extra stuff left over, that's totally fine. It's not that big a deal if it doesn't all make it into the shells. But yeah, that's not a quarter of it, but I think that's what we're gonna be doing. Got plenty of room in my pan that I'm using to make these, so I don't see this as being a big problem. So I could either put it in there like this and just stick a toothpick through it, or I could put it in there upside down. I think I'll just put a toothpick through it, to be honest with you, so that all the stuff doesn't fall out all over the place, and then put it in the, I have a dish over here. So I'm gonna make these, and then I will come back and show you what they look like, and then we'll make the cheese sauce. So I'll be back with you guys in just a second. All right guys, so my shells are just falling apart like crazy. So I'll show you what they look like in a second when we go to put the cheese sauce on them, but for right now I have a damp washcloth on top of them, trying to keep them from drying out and splitting all over the place. They're not behaving nicely at all. However, let's make some butternut cheese squash. So Kroger sells 1 pound packages of butternut squash. That is you just microwave it. So that's what I did. Super way lots easier than cooking a butternut squash, which I still have one on my counter. Apparently they stay good forever, like pretty much, because it's been there for a long time. But anyways, you're also supposed to add a half a cup of liquid to this. I don't know that I'm going to. I probably will add maybe a quarter of a cup of liquid. I don't think I need full half a cup because that's very gooey. So we're just gonna go straight through for this recipe. So I need 1/2 cup of nutritional yeast. So I've got a 1/4 cup measuring cup. I'll just use 2 of those. 1 and almost half a cup. It's close enough. Need a 1/4 cup of raw cashews. Gosh, nutritional yeast just drives me nuts. It makes me cough every time. Okay, 1/4 cup of cashews and 1/4 cup of hemp seeds, which I'm kind of excited about being able to use this because they're awesome, and I've got a big huge bag. So 1/4 cup of that. You also need 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. I actually just have a teaspoon out, so I'm just going to measure out 3 of those real quick. And then you also need 1 teaspoon of miso. And it says light miso, but it doesn't say light sodium versus light color versus, I suppose it means probably light in color. Mine's not light in color, but I'm not too worried about it. You're also supposed to put in some garlic, which I did not get out. I don't know why I wasn't just supposed to put 4 cloves of garlic in there. And a little bit of, the half cup is supposed to be veggie broth. So I'm going to put just a tiny little bit of this better than bouillon. I mean, you need like half of a teaspoon. So I'm not even gonna put a 1/4 of a teaspoon in there. And then I will go put some water in here because it does look, based on the cashews being in there and the hemp seeds, I probably do need that liquid in there. Okay, so I'm going to go and put some water in here and put some garlic in here and a little bit more nooch because I didn't have quite enough. Not that big a deal. But actually I probably won't because it's up in the back of my cabinet and I'd have to get a stool out to get it. So I'm gonna be lazy and not bother. Anyways, this recipe, I will put the video at the bottom in the link both below, is from Dr. Furman challenge that I just completed, and it is super awesome cheese sauce. So let's go make this up quick and I'll be back while we put it on top of the enchiladas. All right guys, so I tried this to make sure it's just as good as it was last time. It's even better than I remember it being. Like, this cheese sauce is super good. Super good. Super good. Wow, that's delicious. Okay, so come on down and look at my enchiladas. They're kind of a mess. Like these last two on the end are really, really falling apart. Although it's not going to matter once they're covered in cheese sauce, and it's certainly not going to matter when you're eating them, like at all. But we're just going to pour some cheese sauce over these. All right, I've got some cheese sauce left in the bottom of here, which is totally fine. I've also got some enchilada innards left. I didn't finish all of those either. So anyway, I'm gonna go pop this in the oven. I don't know, 15, 20 minutes. It doesn't really need, I mean, nothing in there needs to be cooked per se. I just thought it would taste better if it had a little bit more doneness to it. I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna go put it in the oven for 20 minutes. And then I will come back and show you what it looks like when it's done. Alrighty guys. So here are my cheesy enchiladas. So I have some extra enchilada with some cheesy sauce left over. I have an enchilada with some avocado sauce on it. So basically I took half of an avocado and blended it with a whole bunch of water to make it smooth. And that's what I'm going to put that in a little container to take with me. I'm going to eat that with both of my dishes today. So basically it's gonna be breakfast and lunch. And when I come home for supper tonight, I'm going to have the oatmeal because I haven't had that today and I don't have it really in my plans for the day. So I wanted to try this for you guys. That's what it looks like. Tell you if it tastes any good. I'm sure it's gonna be fine. That's good. So, yes, there's a little bit of rice here. But there's beans, there's corn, there's all sorts of greens, there's onions, there's mushrooms. The sauce is made pretty much out of butternut squash. And then there's some avocado on the top. And I mean, you really kind of can't go wrong with this. This is a really super healthy meal. So I'm actually not going to stand here and eat this, although it looks like it. I'm going to pack this up for me to take for lunch for today. And yeah, I will see you guys tonight when I get off of work and we'll talk about how this warmed up and if it was really good or not. I'm guessing this is going to be fabulous. Warmed up again later. So we'll see you later, guys. Well, hello everyone. So I have left work for the evening and I thought I would chat with you for a few minutes about food. So I stopped at the store on my way to work this morning and I got a Diet Pepsi, which is totally not healthy and something I really enjoyed. And I got some gluten-free pretzels as well, which were totally not necessary, but very good nonetheless. Yeah, so when I got to work, I ate my pudding, the blueberry pudding, and I have to say, again, I think it's the consistency because the flavor was absolutely fine, but I didn't like how, I think that it's the blending of it, the way that it is, not the fact that it's been sitting in the refrigerator for 2 days. So I'm going to go with, I'm going to make her flavors again, but I'm not going to put it through the blender like I did. I'm going to go ahead and just put it in with my already coffee ground up chia seeds. So we'll try that in a couple of days when I need to make some more. But so then it took me a little while to get hungry, but about like 11-ish, no, 10:30-ish, yeah, about 10:30, I ate my enchiladas, which were fantastic. They wouldn't have been nearly as good without the cheese sauce, like for real. Totally needed the cheese sauce. That was so good. And I realized that I really should have just squished up the half of the avocado to put on top rather than blending it with water to make it creamy and stuff, because, I don't know, it was just all runny and gunky, and yeah. Next time, just squish it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to squish it. So anyways, and then at about 4:15, I got hungry again, and I didn't need to, we were kind of quiet at that point, so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and eat. So I ate the extra bowl of stuff that I took with me, and it was really, really good. So I really enjoyed that. I actually had some of the avocado sauce left over, so I ate it with that. My husband had that for lunch, not with avocado sauce. He didn't make any, but he just had the enchiladas, and he really enjoyed it. He said it was really good. He really liked that. Even though it wasn't spicy or anything, he thought it was really super good. So I would encourage you guys to do something like that, especially with the cheese sauce on it and the enchilada sauce inside. If you wanted to, you could do it the other way around, I'm pretty sure, where you put the cheese sauce on the inside with the whatever put the enchilada sauce on the outside, and that maybe would enhance the enchilada flavor, simply because it's not mixed in with all the ingredients and it's just on the outside, so you would get, that would like hit your tongue first type of thing. I don't know. I think it was really good the way that it was though. So anyways, when I get home, I'm supposed to eat oatmeal, because you're supposed to eat oatmeal today, and I didn't, and I am so not hungry. Like, that was a big bowl of insides, so I don't think I'm gonna eat oatmeal today, guys. It seems stupid to me to eat something when I'm not hungry, just because I'm supposed to eat it for the day. Like, that was one of my problems when I did the Daily Dozen Challenge, was trying to get all those little squares checked in, and I was like, I'm not hungry anymore, and yet I'm still supposed to eat like 5 things today. So anyways, I'm not going to eat anything else yet today. I'm not, because I'm not hungry. I'm not going to be hungry. I'll be home in like 45 minutes, and yeah. So anyways, maybe tomorrow morning before I leave home, I will eat oatmeal to make sure that I absolutely without a doubt get it in for the day, seeing as I didn't do it today. That would probably be a good idea. Alright, so yeah, that's it for me for now. Actually, I think tomorrow I'm either going to make a dessert or a like a smoothie with the avocado. So that will be a whole lot less filling than having like a meal. So maybe I will take my oatmeal with me